Gaurav, the world is watching. It is divided. We are, however, seeing the United States is now making sure that they are sending, help to Israel. But unfortunately, we are also seeing a lot of bloodshed, and one of the worst casualties have been the elderly and the children in this war, Gaurav.
Well, the United States stands firmly with Israel in this war on Hamas terror. That's the point that Israel has been trying to make to the world. This is not a war on the Palestinian people. This is not a war where they're targeting or they want to target innocent civilians. They want to target and decimate Hamas, which killed 1,300 people here in Israel just 8 days ago. So, and that is why Israel is resolute in its response that it will completely decimate and annihilate Hamas from Gaza Strip. Now, you're absolutely right. It's leading to civilian casualties and it's leading to a lot of bloodshed on both sides. So 1,300 lives were lost here. Over 3,000 people were injured here. More than 100 Israelis have been taken hostage by Hamas. But Israel says the onus is not on Israel. The onus is on that terrorist organization called Hamas. So the world should focus on elimination of Hamas. That's why they're asking civilians to move back so that these ground forces that are positioned here, they can then move forward and highlight the bases of Hamas all along the Gaza Strip. Now, one of the officers we had spoken to day before yesterday, he told us that they had mapped out all positions. They have their drones, their unmanned aerial vehicles in the skies, and they have mapped out positions from where rockets are being fired. And in some instances, they're saying that the moment the Prime Minister of Israel and the leadership clear, they will put out those images in public domain that Hamas actually uses locations very close to schools, hospitals, water bodies, residential localities to mount rocket attacks on civilians in Israel. So they say if Hamas does that, they will also have to fire back, and they are showing that restraint in not targeting those civilian areas. At least that is what is Israel's point of view. And that is why Israel has lined up all these forces behind me, that they will go into the Gaza Strip and decimate those maze of tunnels and also some of the other locations where Hamas strongholds are, so that Hamas no longer has access to those rockets to be able to target Israel ever again. At least that's the aim. They weren't successful in the past. They hope to be successful now.
Right, Gaurav, stay on with me. My other colleague Ashraf Fani is also joining me from Lebanon. But Gaurav, staying with you, you very clearly said that they have, the visuals are there. They, Israel very clearly knows exactly what the Hamas is doing. And if we speak about, what Israel is maintaining, they are saying that this is a fight for the very existence of their country. So that's the reason why we are seeing all the people coming out and for fighting. And we have also seen how everyone possible is now joining in the fight, at least from the Israel side.
Man, woman, every able-bodied person here above the age of 18 has signed up. They're in the reserves, they're in active service. They're either on the front lines with the armed forces or with the police or with emergency services. And yesterday, a lot of volunteer groups came in from different parts of the United States and Europe. Now, these are people who will be the rear guard, or they're the persons who will be engaged in other tasks. For example, even firefighters are at the front lines right now. So America, a lot of volunteer firefighters have come from the United States of America, that in case firefighting jobs are required, they will do this. A lot of nurses. You see a lot of military vehicles moving very swiftly down this highway, down this road. Shedrot is on one side, Netivot is on the other side, both places that had been targeted by Hamas terror. And there is massive patrolling all along this highway as you and I speak. But you're right. Every Israeli now is committed to this war in defeating Hamas. What is also unique in this war is whether it's the opposition that has been targeting Benjamin Netanyahu throughout. Opposition leaders are also saying this is about the existence of Israel. It's an existential fight. So they stand with the government as long as this war is on, and they will settle all scores after this war is over. So as of now, this country stands completely united. United States is sending two aircraft carrier strike groups, and that's a huge shot in the arm as far as Israel is concerned. An aircraft carrier strike group, for example, the USS Gerald Ford, the aircraft carrier itself, it's the world's largest nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, nuclear power to power that huge floating warship and floating city. That warship has close to 100 fighter jets, electronic intelligence aircraft, small transport aircraft, attack helicopters, defense transport helicopters, electronic anti-submarine warfare helicopters. So you can imagine what a huge warship that is. And that warship does not sail on its own, on her own. Along with the USS Gerald Ford, it has a large number of destroyers, anti-submarine warfare ships, anti-surface warfare ships, surface-to-air missile firing weapons, surface-to-surface missile, sea-to-ground firing missile ships. So frigates, destroyers, tankers, submarines, helicopters, all of that flotilla of the U.S. Navy is also coming in. Then you have the USS Eisenhower also coming in. So imagine two aircraft carrier strike groups in the Mediterranean Sea. And should they want, they'll sail down the Persian Gulf. So that's a very strong message that's being sent out to Lebanon and to Iran, to any other force that may want to get involved in this fight. As US President Joe Biden said, if anyone wants to get involved in this fight, his message to them is don't. So it's not just words that are backed with huge power, US military power backing those words. And the US has sent an aircraft load of arms and ammunition and missile interceptors, the Iron Dome system that had been used so extensively in the past week. Additional interceptors have been sent by the United States of America. Small arms ammunition has been sent by United States of America. Missiles have been sent. So Israel, as of now, is locked and loaded and backed by America in this war on Hamas.